Ever feel like you're only using maybe 10% of what your AI tools can actually do?
Yeah, like there's this huge potential just sitting there.
Imagine unlocking this sort of artificial mind, a
Yeah.
real creative partner ready to build something amazing with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the landscape we're diving into today.
Welcome to the deep dive. We're all about unpacking complex ideas, making them clear, making them useful for you.
And today, we're taking a good look at, well, mastering ChatGPT.
We found this really great guide, lays out 12 pretty powerful strategies.
And these aren't just like small tips. They're really fundamental shifts in how you interact with AI.
Right.
Think of it less like just a slightly smarter search engine
Yeah.
and more like having this incredibly versatile collaborator.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how most of us just kind of scratch the surface.
We do?
We treat it like, I don't know, a simple answer machine. Put in a question, get an answer out.
Right.
But it's so much more like a master chef. If you just walk in and say, give me some food, you'll get something. Okay, maybe edible, but generic.
Sure.
Bland, totally. But if you give precise instructions, the ingredients, the method, the plating,
Yeah.
suddenly you get a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key with ChatGPT. The real power, it really lies in how we give those instructions, our prompts.
That's a fantastic analogy. So, okay, let's think about that mindset then. The pro-user mindset.
Yeah.
They're not just taking the first answer they get.
No, not at all. It's more like a deep conversation.
They engage, they refine ideas, they iterate, they actually build the concept with the AI.
Exactly. It's this whole process of experimenting, learning as you go. And, sometimes it messes up, but you learn from that too.
Embracing the errors. Okay, so moving past mindset, let's get into the real foundation, the prompts themselves.
Right. And here's trick number 1, which is actually pretty ingenious. Ask ChatGPT to help you write better prompts.
This is so powerful. I mean, the AI can literally teach you its own language.
It really can.
Like, say you get a result that feels flat. A generic marketing email for a coffee shop, maybe?
Yeah, just kind of, yeah.
You can just ask it straight up, hey, can you improve this prompt for me? What other info should I give you to get something better?
And it tells you, it'll suggest, okay, who's your target audience? What's the specific promotion? What makes your coffee shop unique? What tone do you want? A clear call to action.
All the things you might have missed.
Exactly. The AI kind of knows prompt engineering. It knows what it needs to do a good job.
Mm-hmm. Quick tip here. Save those improved prompts. I find it helps build a library.
Oh, totally. You start seeing the patterns. And honestly, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes, so this trick is it's a lifesaver. Really fundamental.
That's a huge first step.
Okay.
Moving beyond just text, what about AI's other senses? Its eyes, basically.
Yeah, this is something a lot of people miss. ChatGPT's ability to analyze images, especially with GPT-4o, is often overlooked.
Right, GPT-4, that's the latest, most all-around model, right? Does images, text, audio.
Precisely. It's super versatile. And it doesn't just make images, it understands them. Think about it. You snap a picture of leftovers in your fridge, some chicken, peppers, an onion,
Okay.
and you ask it, give me a simple, healthy stir-fry recipe I can make in 20 minutes. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Or you take a picture of some really complex chart from a report. Ask it, explain the main trends here in simple terms. Even digitizing messy handwriting, turn it into neat bullet points, or figure out what some weird gadget is from just a photo.
The key being, you have to be specific about what you want from the image.
Specificity is always key. Absolutely.
So how does all this start saving us actual time in our day-to-day?
Okay, well, custom instructions are a massive time saver. Huge.
Explain those.
Basically, you tell ChatGPT upfront who you are and how you want it to act. It's in the settings. 2 boxes.
Right.
Box 1. Who are you? Like, I'm a freelance content writer. I specialize in tech and startups.
Yep.
Focus on blog posts about new trends, something like that.
Got it. Your context.
Exactly. Box 2. How should ChatGPT respond? Maybe professional but approachable tone. Use clear sections, headings, bullet points, avoid jargon or academic language.
And then it just remembers that.
It just remembers. No more repeating your role or preferred style in every single new chat. It just knows. Sets the stage automatically.
It feels like a big step towards real personalization. Now, speaking of getting the right output, choosing the right model is also important, isn't it?
So definitely. It's like picking the right tool for the job. You wouldn't use a hammer for a screw, right?
Makes sense.
So GPT-4o is your great all-rounder, your default. Good for brainstorming, quick answers, that image stuff we talked about.
Right.
Then you might have other options, maybe paid ones like different versions of GPT-4. One might be stronger for really creative stuff, emotional nuance, like writing ad copy.
Right, the more creative tasks.
Another might excel at complex logic, deep reasoning, maybe data analysis or coding. Needs that hardcore accuracy.
So you'd pick, based on the task, social media versus a financial report.
Exactly. For engaging social media, maybe that creative one. For digging into financial data or complex research, you want the one optimized for accuracy and logic. Choosing the right model really optimizes the quality you get back.
Okay, so pulling this first part together.
Yeah.
The big takeaway seems to be that really tailoring our input, our prompts, our background info, even the specific AI model we use, that's what unlocks the good stuff, right?
Precisely. Specificity and context. That's how you unlock its true potential. Mid-roll sponsor raid. Okay, so if you're still, generating text in ChatGPT and then immediately copying it over to Google Docs or Word to actually work on it.
Which, let's be honest, a lot of us do.
Yeah, there might be a more efficient way right inside the tool.
You mean just editing directly in the chat window?
Sort of, yeah. Think of the chat itself as your drafting space. Start with an outline prompt.
Okay.
Then ask the AI to expand section 2. It writes it. Then you immediately say, okay, rewrite that last paragraph, but make it more concise.
Ah, so it's an iterative loop right there in the chat.
Exactly. Or change the tone here, make it more persuasive. You're constantly guiding it, refining it in real time. It avoids that extra step of copy-pasting back and forth all the time.
Okay, the flow going. Interesting.
Now, what's really fascinating, building on this, is the idea of having like an AI expert ready for every specific task you do.
Okay, and does that work?
That's where custom GPTs come in. Think of them as versions of ChatGPT that are already pre-trained or pre-configured for certain jobs.
So instead of writing a massive prompt every time.
Right. You just choose the right expert. You can browse the Explore GPTs section in ChatGPT. You'll find things like a writing assistant or a data analyst, maybe one specifically for Python coding.
Pre-packaged expertise.
Yeah. And even better, you can create your own. Imagine making, say, an SEO writing assistant just for your company.
How would that work?
You'd upload your specific brand guidelines, your tone of voice documents, maybe your SEO best practices checklist, keyword list.
So you feed it your rules.
Exactly. Then that custom GPT automatically writes articles that meet your standards in your voice, following your SEO rules.
Yeah.
It's like having a specialized assistant cloned just for that task.
Wow. Okay, that's incredibly powerful for consistency and saving setup time.
It's huge. And speaking of saving time and maintaining context, let's talk about the memory feature.
Right, memory. How's that different from custom instructions?
It's more granular, more specific to things you tell it during conversations. If you find yourself using the same kind of setup or persona prompt often, you can just tell it, hey, remember this.
Like what?
Like, remember this persona I use often. You are a marketing expert with 10 years of experience in the FMCG sector.
Okay.
Then in later chats, you don't have to retype that. It'll just know to analyze your ideas from that specific branding perspective, maybe suggest strategies based on it.
And you can manage these memories.
Oh, yeah. In settings, you can see everything it's remembered. You can edit them or delete them if they're outdated. Super useful for saving specific personas, maybe formatting preferences, or details about an ongoing project you discuss frequently.
Got it. Keeps things consistent without constant repetition. Now, this next one sounds almost like science fiction, transforming product images.
This one is pretty magical, especially if you're in marketing or run an e-commerce store.
Go on.
ChatGPT can literally take your product out of one photo and realistically place it into a completely new scene.
Seriously?
Yeah. Upload a basic product shot, let's say a simple white mug on a plain white background.
Okay. Standard stuff.
Then you prompt it. Take this exact mug. Now, place it on a rustic oak desk, maybe next to a sleek laptop. Create an energetic morning vibe.
Yeah.
Soft sunlight streaming in. Maybe even a little steam rising from the mug.
And it does that.
It generates an image based on that. Imagine creating dozens of different lifestyle shots, ad variations, social media images, without needing a single new photo shoot.
That saves a ton of money and effort.
Instantly refresh your visuals. Test different backgrounds, different moods. It's incredibly powerful.
Okay, so these tools, the drafting in chat, custom GPTs, memory image transformation, they really embed the AI much deeper into our actual workflow, don't they?
Absolutely. It stops being a separate tool you consult and starts being an integrated assistant.
All right, let's shift into scaling that efficiency. Automation. You mentioned something about scheduling tasks.
Yeah, this is a neat feature, especially if you have recurring information needs. With a paid account, you can essentially set up prompts that run on a schedule in Spirit.
What do you mean in Spirit? Can it email me stuff?
Not directly emailing for everyone automatically, but you can set up the generation part. Like you tell it, every weekday morning, generate a concise summary of the main U.S. stock market news from the last 24 hours, focusing on tech sector trends.
Ah, okay. So it creates the content on a schedule, and then it accesses it.
Exactly. The idea is automating the research and compilation. Think daily industry news digests tailored to your niche, maybe weekly competitor analysis reports, or even monthly blog post ideas based on current trends.
So it's like having an AI research assistant handling those repetitive info-gathering tasks.
Precisely. You set it up once, and the information is ready for you when you need it.
Okay, that makes sense. And what about when we're not at our desks? The mobile app experience.
Oh, the mobile app has some unique tricks up its sleeve. It really leverages the phone's capabilities.
Like the voice features.
Yeah, the voice conversation mode is fantastic. You can genuinely practice speaking a foreign language and get real-time feedback on your pronunciation. It's pretty cool.
I could see that being useful.
Or just brainstorming out loud while you're walking or driving. Talk through your ideas. You can even rehearse a presentation. Just speak it to the app and ask for feedback on your pacing or clarity.
And the camera integration.
Super handy for quick problem solving. Snap a photo of some weird computer error message. Ask, what does this mean and how do I fix it?
Instant tech support.
Kind of. Or translating a menu in a foreign country instantly. Just point your camera at it. The mobile app makes AI much more accessible in the moment.
Okay, shifting gears a bit towards something really important. Security and privacy. What if you need to discuss sensitive stuff?
Great question. That's where temporary chat mode comes in. It's crucial for anything confidential.
Where do you find that?
Usually in a drop-down menu near the top of the chat window. When you enable it, the conversation basically becomes ephemeral,
Meaning?
meaning it's not saved to your chat history. OpenAI doesn't use that data to train their models, and it won't get stored in your memory feature either.
So if you're talking about, say, confidential business data or personal finances.
Use temporary chat, absolutely. It's like a secure, private workspace that disappears afterwards.
Good to know. And finally, a seemingly simple trick, but one that probably saves a lot of future pain. Organizing your chats.
Oh man, this is so important. How do you find that brilliant idea you had 3 months ago if it's buried in hundreds of chats called new chat?
Yeah, guilty as charged sometimes.
It becomes a total nightmare. The key is to rename chats meaningfully right from the start. Don't just leave it as marketing email.
What's a better name?
Something specific like marketing ideas, Q3 2025 salted caramel coffee launch campaign.
Much clearer.
And remember, the search bar is pretty good. It searches titles and the content within the chats. So good naming helps immensely. Think about a system, maybe organized by project name, by the type of task, or just by date. Anything's better than new chat 173.
Right. Simple but effective hygiene. So beyond these 12 specific tricks, the guide also touched on some broader, advanced advice.
Yeah, and what's really cool here is when you start combining these tricks.
Like how?
Like imagine setting up custom instructions for your role, then choosing the perfect GPT model for a complex creative task, and then using that iterative drafting process right within the chat window. You layer the techniques.
The synergy effect.
Exactly. The whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts.
The guide also stressed critical thinking, didn't it? About not just blindly trusting the output.
Absolutely crucial. ChatGPT can be incredibly confident, even when it's completely wrong. These hallucinations are real.
So fact-checking is essential.
Always fact-check anything important. Financial data, medical info, key strategic points. And remember, it's a tool to support you, not replace your judgment or effort. Avoid just copy-pasting. That leads to plagiarism and potential errors.
It's about augmenting your intelligence, not outsourcing it.
Perfectly put. And finally, just keep experimenting. Seriously, a tiny tweak to a prompt can sometimes lead to a dramatically better result. Don't be afraid to play around.
So that final piece really boils down to using these tools thoughtfully, critically, and always verifying the output.
Yes.
Yeah.
Applying these tricks intelligently and with that critical eye, that's what really makes you an AI master.
Okay, so recapping the big idea here. These 12 strategies, they really form a kind of map, don't they? Guiding you from maybe just dipping your toes in to really becoming proficient, a master user of AI.
Yeah, it's all about saving time, definitely, but also boosting the quality of your work and honestly unlocking more of your own creative potential too.
So what's the first step someone should take after hearing all this?
My advice, don't try to do all 12 at once. That's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Just pick one or two tricks that really jumped out at you, the ones that seem most useful for your specific work or life,
Right.
and practice just those. Really get the hang of them until they feel natural, second nature. Then maybe add another one. Gradually integrate them.
Makes sense. Build the habits.
Right. Because the key isn't just knowing the tricks exist, it's understanding when to use which one and how to adapt them flexibly to whatever you're trying to achieve. This AI revolution, it's happening fast. These tools are here. They're powerful. Beat. The real question is, how will you use them to reshape your work, your creativity, your daily tasks?
A provocative thought to end on.
Start experimenting today. See what you can unlock. Outro music.